Subscribe! Subscribe!
But with all my strength, the hole was shattered and blinding light poured in. But beyond
Subscribe! Subscribe!
this lock is really hard for me to open, unlike me. I was invited in and I felt strange. A group of ghosts laughed at me. Reaching the door, I stepped back, then smashed into it with all my strength. The hole was shattered and blinding light poured in. But beyond that door wasn't the world I knew.
The first ghost lunged at me, its face cracked, mouth wide open. One by one, they advanced. One by one, they fell.
Let's go!
We saw a girl standing alone near the pool. She didn't say a word, just stared at us. "Are you lost?" I asked. She slowly nodded, but something felt off. Her clothes were soaked, her face pale, and then she vanished. No footsteps, no trace, just gone. Was she ever really there? I was just walking through Brookhaven. Then I saw her, a little girl, sitting by the side of the road, all alone. Later, I spotted her again, at the playground. Then near the pool, she looked lost. So I asked, "Hey, are you okay?" She looked up at me and whispered, "I just want to go home." So I held her hand, and we walked away. But just when we thought it was something strange, she spoke. "I'm hungry," she whispered. That's when I realized she wasn't scary. She was just a lost little girl. So I took her to the hamburger restaurant. She didn't say much, but the way she smiled after the first bite, it felt like I did the right thing. Suddenly, in front of the house, a strange woman appeared. She smiled and said, "You can come in, but only by trolley." A trolley appeared out of nowhere. Without thinking, me and the little girl got in. The trolley moved on its own, creaking through the front doors. Then everything went dark. No lights, no sounds, just cold air. Suddenly, the trolley stopped. A trapdoor opened underneath us. Splash! We were dropped into a deep pool. I couldn't swim. I struggled, panicked, sinking fast. And the last thing I saw was the girl, just floating. smiling, like she planned it all along.
I finally escaped that house. But my head felt strange. When I touched it, a tiny fairy hovered above me, glowing with a bright purple light. I panicked. I ran along the street, hoping it was all over. But no. The little girl kept following me. Her steps were slow, but never stopped. She never fell behind. As if something unseen was pulling us together. Now I wonder, did I find her? Or did that light find me?
I stopped, gasping for breath, hands shaking. At the end of the road stood a strange figure, his face hidden under a dark hood. He spoke in a raspy voice. "You're not supposed to be here." Before I could reply, crash, a car hit me from the side. I blacked out, but when I opened my eyes, I was inside the car, even worse. The little girl was beside me. No seatbelt, no expression. The steering wheel turned on its own. The gas pedal slammed down. The car sped forward, out of control, into a road that didn't seem to end. The purple fairy whispered again, "Now you can't leave." We were halfway down a quiet road, the sky turning gray above us. Then suddenly, the steering wheel spun on its own. The radio turned on, but no music, just heavy breathing. Headlights flickered fast. The horn blared loud and long. "What's going on?" I shouted. The little girl stayed silent, gripping her doll tightly. Then the seats started to tremble. A whisper echoed from the speakers. "Don't get out. Don't look behind you." The car sped up, even though I wasn't pressing the gas. The road sloped down into darkness. I looked at her face. Her eyes were completely black. She whispered, "He's driving now." Woke up. With all my strength, I jumped out of the car, but instead of landing on the road, I fell into a different dimension. It was silent. The sky was dark, and the little girl, she was still with me. I shouted for help, but no one answered. We walked through the darkness until we arrived at an empty airport. The girl pointed at something, a burger restaurant flickering with dim lights. "Let's eat first," she said, but her face had already changed. We rushed out of the restaurant. The little girl gave no words, only hand signals. Pointing to an old hotel down the street. When we arrived, an old woman opened the door and welcomed us inside. Strangely, outside it looked busy, but inside, the hotel was grand, huge, and silent, too silent.
Inside the hotel, the little girl pointed out the window. She wanted me to take her to the 7th floor of a tall building. Once outside, the road changed ... It was full of strange creatures, floating faceless ones, silent laughter everywhere.
I kept walking until I reached the building. The door creaked open, and something was staring at me ... To be continued.